What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. We have our brows done as usual. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm so weird. So I'm going to take what's left over on my hand, the concealer that's left over that I used for my brows, and I'm just going to put this all over my lid. I think, yeah, I just showed you the combo. It is the Black Opal foundation and my Aloe Girl Pro Concealer in Warm Honey. Next, I'm going to take my Yardley Loose powder and set that over my eyelids. This creates a clear canvas, as you guys already know. Next, I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill palette. You guys have seen me use this palette so many times because it is so damn versatile and I can create so many looks with it. I'm going to go in with that transition color and I'm going to put this all over my lid. Next, I'm going to go in with that brown shade and kind of blend this in with that transition color, softening it up a bit more, making it more warm toned, or intensifying the color rather. Next, I'm going to go in with that darker brown. I'm just layering all the browns and kind of just creating a gradient, if I could say. And I'm going to focus that on my crease and kind of just bringing that back and forth so that the color is more intense when I cut my crease and you're able to see that color gradient. I hope this makes sense once we cut our crease. Next, I'm going to take that sort of maroon brown color and that dark brown color once again, and I'm going to focus that in my crease, darkening it up and making it really smoky. Next, I'm going to go in with that brush again and kind of just start to blend it out so that the lines aren't so harsh as they are right now. Just softening up those edges as I usually do, so it doesn't look stuck onto my lid, and more softly blend it out and beautifully done. Next, I'm going to go in with my Smashbox palettes and I'm going to use that brown dark color. It's darker than I think this is my darkest brown shade. I'm going to focus this on the inner and outer corners of my eye and bring it into my crease. You want to be very light-handed with really dark colors like black or like a deep purple or like a deep blue or any really dark colors, because it's really hard to be able to take away those colors. So you want to be very light-handed and go in bit by bit, and then you can always just add more if you feel like it's not enough. I always say in my tutorials that you should just use your own discretion to decide how smoky you want it or how natural looking or how soft you want it to look. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing on my other eyes. I'm putting it on my inner and outer corners. Why can I not speak? Oh, and I did use a different brush for this. I didn't use the brush that I used for my crease or transition color. So I'm kind of just going back into my pan and adding more, seeing if it's enough, and then going back in with some more and then just blending it out, because I really feel like you need to be very patient when doing a really detailed eyeshadow look. You don't want to rush anything, and that goes the same for your face makeup. You just want to make sure everything is beautifully blended out, nice and soft and perfect basically. Next, I'm going to cut my crease with that precise flat brush. It's really tiny, and I'm going to use my Aloe Girl Pro Concealer once again in Warm Honey, and I'm going to go ahead and create a halo. So it's not much of a cut crease. I'm just going to start with a halo and start in the center of my eyelid or in the center of my crease, bring it down onto my lower lid, if that makes any sense. You guys have seen me do this before, I think, but there is a twist. So once again, I'm just going to go back and forth with that product with the concealer, because I do like my concealer to be quite generous when I'm doing a halo or a cut crease. And I'm kind of just spreading this evenly on the center of my eyelid. And I'm doing the same on the other eye. Trying to be as symmetrical as possible. Next, I'm going to go ahead with this gold shade. You guys can use any gold palette that you would like. Yeah, I think I changed my mind. I was like, okay, no, maybe not that color, but like a really yellow gold. And I'm going to use a flat brush, a bigger flat brush, to apply this onto the concealer or onto my halo. This palette I don't think is as pigmented, so I did have to keep going back and forth. I don't know if I'm being slow or careful. I got this in China, but you guys have seen me use other palettes that have shimmer shades that I've got from like random drugstore. I actually wanted to know if you guys were interested in me doing like a haul for those products, because they're really, really good, and I do think they're super affordable, and it's not your regular discount product or like high-end product, but it works really, really well for me. So you should let me know if you're interested in that, and then maybe I could sell them to you guys. I don't know. Next, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did on my eye, on my one eyelid, on the other eye. I don't know if that's my left or right. I'm not very good at that. So I thought that I was gonna leave my eyelid like this, but then I thought, let me just sort of blend out the both ends of my halo and just soften up the edges, because I usually don't take it this far into the inner and outer corners of my eye with my shimmer shade, but this looked really, really pretty, and I was really, really pleased with myself. I'm like, okay, maybe just to soften the edges out a bit more, take it more further out than I usually would. Next, I'm going to wing my liner. Like I said, if you guys do want a detailed wing liner tutorial, please do hit me up in the comment section below, and I will do one for you if there is a demand. So I'm going to apply mascara on, and I'm going to use my Connie Transform lashes in Champs, if I'm not mistaken. I love these lashes, and you'll see why. I love that part of my video. I was so pleased with myself. So next, I'm going to do my face, and I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Prep Primer, putting this in my problematic areas, and I'm going to use my Essence setting spray that I just purchased. Just trying something new. I'm going to use my LA Girl color corrector in Pearl Orange, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, please let me know. And I'm going to use my finger because I do feel like it makes it more full coverage as opposed to my beauty blender. I just like using my finger when it comes to my color corrector. And I'm going to use the same foundation combo because I really like the way that it turned out in my previous video, and I tried it again and it came out even more flawless than the first time. So I do this because, for those of you that don't know, my Sorbet foundation covers up my dark marks and it's more full coverage, while my Wow foundation is not necessarily full coverage, but it does give me a really nice, smooth, beautiful finish, and it's lightweight. I'm going to make sure that my face is properly blended out, no patches, no dodgy looking areas or anything like that. Make sure everything looks perfect. Next, I'm going in with my Wow foundation in the shade Caramel, and my Sorbet one is in the shade Sienna, and that is my Sorbet Cover and Go foundation. It's almost done. I need to get a new one. Blend that into your hairline, girl. I really like the way that my beauty blender blends out my foundation. It just looks really smooth and beautiful. So I'm going to highlight in those areas. I am so weird. Why am I doing that? I'm going to highlight in those areas that I usually do. You guys have seen me do this 1,000 times. I do have a tutorial on highlighting and contouring. I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Warm Honey and my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in Medium Tawny. I think I'm going to try the Sorbet Concealer next. I think I'm tired of LA Girl. What do you guys think? I want to try some new concealers. I'm waiting for Makeup Revolution to just please drop in my city, because, girl, when I tell you that I cannot wait to do a review for you guys. I did reverse contour because I did want to be super snatched. You guys know my face foundation is always snatched to the gods, so I did reverse contour. Next, I'm gonna contour with my Black Opal Cream foundation stick in the shade Suede Mocha. You guys already know. I'm just gonna blend out the contour like I usually do. And then I'm going to take my Yardley Loose powder mixed with my Sacha Buttercup, and I'm just going to bake that into my skin. If you guys know already, for those of you that don't know, actually, I do not bake anymore. I just bake for my nose contour and my reverse contour. But under my eyes, I don't necessarily bake anymore. I just think it just leaves my skin looking really dry. Yes, I have oily skin, but I do not want to look like I'm dehydrated and need a glass of water. So for that reason, I just put the product and I pat it into my skin, kind of pounce it into my skin. And then I bake for my reverse contour. So now, like I said, I've never done this before, so what I'm doing is creating that inner tear, is it tear duct or tear duct liner, just kind of intensifying my eyes more. And I've always wanted to do this because I love the way Nyani does it, Nyani from Instagram, and I've just always been intrigued to see how it look on me. And if you guys watch closely or really pay attention to my videos, you'll know that I do not do bottom liner. I always just put on mascara or smoke out my bottom lash line with the color in my crease. So this was really interesting for me, and I really like the way that it turned out, and I hope that I could do a more in-depth tutorial for you guys on this look. But you're basically just dragging the liner into the inner corner of your eye and kind of just taking it a bit further out onto your skin, if that makes any sense, and pulling it back into your waterline. It's kind of like a winged liner but reversed, if that makes any sense. Next, I'm going to take my Wow Face powder in the shade 41, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm just going to kind of bronze up my skin and bring some color back to my face. And removing that excess powder. I also use this to contour my nose as well, yeah. So I'm kind of just bronzing up my cheeks, and then I'm going to bring it into my forehead as I usually do. Like so. Next, I'm going to take my favorite bronzer ever from my LA Girl Deluxe Pro palettes. I thought that these were limited edition, but I've seen them at Discount recently, so they obviously aren't. If you guys want to grab one, please do, because you guys know I've used this palette so many times because it's so versatile. Yeah, I just put that on my cheeks. What I'm doing now is using that same setting powder, setting spray from Essence, and focusing it on the areas under my eyes where I've put my baking powder so that I'm not so dry. It's a trick I learned from Alyssa Ashley. She has a YouTube channel and an Instagram page. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. I'm going to use two highlighters, my LA Girl Strobe Light highlighter in the shade 20 watts, and I'm going to use my highlighter that I got from a random beauty supply store, number 2, and I'm just gonna top that off because it is bomb, and I think I got it for like 30 bucks. That's why I'm asking if you guys want me to do a haul, and then maybe I could just sell the products to you guys if there is a demand for it. Trying to make that point. So I'm basically just blending out that highlighter and putting it on the bridge of my nose, but not all the way down, because I do not want to look like a runway or like a street or something weird. Next, I'm gonna do my lips. Guys, my lip combos are very complicated, I don't want to lie to you. All I know is that I use my Essence, my Essence lip stick that I actually stole from my sister. And shout out if you're watching this. And then I use my Bobbi Brown lip color as well. I will put the shade in the description box below. So basically just line my lips with a random brown lip liner that I have. Like, my lip colors are very complicated, and then I think I put concealer on my lips as well because I usually do that. I really like the tone that it gives my lips once I'm done with my concoction. Next, I'm gonna set my face, and I think we are done with the tutorial.